Hello everyone, my name is James Velicities and I'm a Senior Solutions Engineer here at Kaltura. We're an international video tech company and I happen to work on the education side of our business. I live just down the street here in Colorado, and today I thought I would walk you through one of my favorite products that I think goes underutilized in the education atmosphere, and that's Kaltura's Media Space. Now, Media Space is what we could consider a private, education-specific YouTube experience. We can create public or private spaces where we organize videos, we share videos, we can collaborate on content, we can create channel-specific information, and we can even do live streaming, graduations, campus walkthrough tours, 360 and interactive videos, all sorts of wonderful things that will not only help engage your students, but also your entire community and the place where your campus lives and breathes education into that space. So I'm going to show you a few examples that I've built myself, and I'm going to show you a few ways that you might want to use it in the future and some of the things that really excite me. So first off, we have my personal media space here. And what's wonderful about this is that I can organize all of my content into specific programs that I have around campus. And within each of these programs, I can have both private and public content. I can also organize my content into, as I said, different library resources, admissions, campus tours, different student services that might be relevant to my specific campus. What's also pretty nice is I have a background in philosophy and education, and I love technology, but I also am not a programmer. I'm not even a website developer, but I have learned a lot of these things along the way, as I'm sure you have too. So what's great about Kaltura's Media Space is all of this branding, all of the colors, the way that I highlight over these tabs, all of this is very easily customized in a backend that I would show you when you wanted to try all this out. So I don't have to have any of this experience, but I'm capable of doing amazing things for my campus in this particular interface. What's also really nice, if you've ever seen our video platform in your learning management system, you'll also be familiar with what we call My Media. And that means that every person has their own private area where they can access all of the content that they've ever recorded or been given access to. And they're able to access that not only in Canvas or Blackboard or D2L, but also here in Media Space. And it's a consistent type of data. So we can filter this data based off of whether it's a video or a video quiz, if it's a live stream, if it's mine or just something that my group, like my faculty group, gave to me, etc. And when I have this content, of course, you're probably familiar with how we can look at some robust analytics. We can create hotspots, quizzes, interactive branching paths, all sorts of really amazing ways to try to engage your students in those features. But this is synonymous with the same content you would have across all of the systems. So that makes it really nice. But I can also create content, and there's a lot of ways we will do that. But the beauty of it is that everyone who has access can create this content. But instead of publishing it to a course, you'd publish it into a channel. And channels are simply the same concept of a course. It's a shell of an organizational structure. So if you want these to be tutorials, if you want them to be department specific, if you want them to be for specific subject matter areas that are public, or even some that are private, like orientation videos or faculty symposiums, etc. And when you have any of these particular pieces of content, you're able to then give specific people access to this or open it up entirely if you'd like to. And once that user has access, they can subscribe, they can watch it on their mobile devices, and they can even contribute to some of that content. Even further, when we have a media space like this, we also have a virtual meeting experience built right into the Kaltura platform and built right into Media Space. So if I'm ready for a synchronous environment where I want to see you face to face, or I want to have a department meeting together, I can very quickly do this together, and I'm able to do a whole host of things that you would expect from a virtual meeting. I can chat with specific people, do Q&As, launch polls or quizzes. I can share my screen. I can even watch the videos that I've uploaded into the course or even from my private My Media, and we can play them directly in this interface without having to load them in a screen share somewhere else and worry about frame rates and everything else. It will all work seamlessly here. Now, there's a few other things that I want to show you that you can do. I was working with a school, Lorraine Community College, and what they wanted to do is they wanted to take all of their virtual events, so their performance, their concerts, their live streams of their president, they wanted to put those into a media space and share them with a specific group of people. And so I was able to link out to their own direct websites where they can book events. I was able to create virtual conversations where they have multiple breakout rooms. So after the session, they could go and work together on things. And even that presidential address here is directly on this page. We can live stream, webcast directly, whatever depending your needs are there. And in fact, what was really cool about LCCC here is they also put this behind a paywall. So not this particular live stream, but some of the other events, you could do whatever you want. They were able to integrate with what we call in-player, and they were able to monetize those events. And it's a very easy pay-per-view structure. You can even subscribe, and it's very easy to integrate with Kaltura. But a really awesome way to take some of those events that you now have to do virtual, and we can make that really easy for you to do in your own branded, customized media space. So some of the schools I've also worked with have done a lot with their media spaces. They might use it for a directory, they might use it for support pages, they also might use it for virtual campus tours or open houses or graduation ceremonies like Cal U did here. I've also been working with my team on something really fun, and what I'm not broadcasting now, but we have a live stream here that I could broadcast from my computer using OBS or an encoder or anything we might want to work with here. I've got an embedded RSS feed, I've got a chat tool here, and what I'm really working at is how can Kaltura support some of your gamified experiences on campus, or esports, or those things that are happening. We've been working on some really cool things where not only can you do this live, but then we can also have that video on demand to be watched, played back. You can leave comments, add little icons to indicate what that comment means. We're really digging into the syntax and semantics around educational video and what that means here. And lastly, real quick here, if you are curious at all, check out learning.kaltura.com. This is a space where we put up lots of our own videos. If you're curious about virtual events, if you're curious about a specific extension for your learning management system, we've got videos and tutorials here for you. We also have resources for specific applications. If you're a current Kaltura customer and you want to learn more about Kaltura meetings like I showed you, go ahead and click on that link here in our media space and you'll be able to learn a lot more about that. My name's James Felicities. I would love to talk to you sometime. Please let me know if you have any questions and reach out on LinkedIn or my email, whatever you prefer, and I appreciate the time to learn a little bit about this. Have a wonderful rest of your conference. Cheers.